Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, the Ibrahim Magu story is moving very fast and we're trying to keep up to pace with it. So just a quick summary for anyone that is new to this story. Ibrahim Magu, of course, is the leader, is the lead person, the chief of the EFCC in Nigeria, the anti-corruption, anti-graft agency. He had a memo sent by the Attorney General of the country, Abubakar Malami, to the presidency a few weeks ago, requesting that he be sacked from his position for insubordination and corruption. So fast forward to a couple of days ago, Ibrahim Magu, this same guy, was arrested by the DSS, that is the Department of State Services, i.e. the Nigerian Secret Police, and taken to an interagency panel at the Aso Rock, which is the presidential seat of the Nigerian state, where he was grilled for a good 6 hours. So the upshot of that is this story. As guys, I bring you this. President Buhari reportedly suspends EFCC acting chairman Ibrahim Magu. So this is where we are landing now, and I'm sure the story would have evolved from this point because it is a fast-moving story, as I said. But as at this point, the headline again: President Buhari reportedly suspends EFCC acting chairman Ibrahim Magu. So now let's see what justifies this. President Buhari has reportedly suspended the acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), Ibrahim Magu. According to reports, Magu was suspended to allow him face the probe into the allegations of corruption leveled against him by the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami. In June, Malami wrote a letter to President Buhari asking for Magu's sack. He accused Magu of corruption, diversion of recovered funds, insubordination, amongst other offenses. On Monday, Magu was invited before a panel probing the allegations. The panel is led by Ayo Salami, retired president of the Court of Appeal. Some of the 22 allegations Magu is being investigated on include alleged discrepancies in the reconciliation records of the EFCC and the Federal Ministry of Finance on recovered funds, declaration of 539 billion naira as recovered funds instead of 504 billion naira earlier claimed, insubordination to the office of the Attorney General of the Federation by not seeking his approval on some decisions, not providing enough evidence for the extradition of ex-Minister of Petroleum Resources, Dizani Alison Madueke, alleged late action on the investigation of Process and Industrial Development P&ID leading to legal disputes, not respecting court order to unfreeze a 7 billion naira judgment in favor of a former executive director of First Bank, alleged delay in acting on 2 vessels seized by the Nigerian Navy leading to loss of crude, alleged favoring of some investigators called Magu Boys, reporting some judges to their presiding officers without deferring to the AGF, alleged sales of seized assets to cronies, associates, and friends, alleged issuance of investigative activities to some media prejudicial to some cases. So these are the hub of the accusations that have been leveled against this guy. They are quite weighty, but there's no real killer blow in any of them really. Is them say he's insubordinate to Attorney General of the Federation, where he has to be insubordinate to Abubakar Malami, especially if he doesn't trust Abubakar's Malami's intention. So that is by the by, and that is an internal matter. And then the one thing that has always struck me though is that money, because they said he declared on their audit sheet that they have recovered 504 billion naira, but then when they paid the money then into the central bank account that it should be remitted to, they actually remitted 539 billion naira. So that's a good, how many? That's about 35 billion, not million, but billion. That's about 35 billion naira discrepancy there. So if that discrepancy is there, then that is cause for concern, because their argument is that they should be applauded for actually crediting more than they had audited into the central bank's account. That shows honesty, but it doesn't really, because if you are saying that you recovered 504 billion naira, but you credited 539 billion naira to the central bank account that you should credit it to, then where did that 35 billion naira come from? One, and how do we know that it is only 35 billion naira that you left to the side? Two, so you might well have left to the side 200 billion naira and helped yourself and shared it amongst yourself, and then left the extra and put it back in there to do good boy and expecting that people would applaud you. This is the lack of education of these people that is showing now. This is what I'm always saying, that all of these people that they put in positions, especially within this regime, they are just incompetent and they are uneducated, because in his own mind now, he's reported 504 billion, but he's paid in 539 billion. So that's now showing in his own mind that he's honest and full of probity, etc. But then, of course, that is a very essence, that is the, should I say, very essence of criminality. That is doctrine de Brooks. That is fraud. That is fraud, because fraud is not just stealing money. Fraud is an inaccurate account, especially of a financial document. So if you account a financial document knowingly, inaccurately, then an act of fraud has been committed. So it doesn't matter if you favor or you disfavor, if you report it inaccurately, an act of fraud has been committed. And if you report it inaccurately, by the way, and then you then add an addendum, an appendage to make that correction, that might well be fine. But then, of course, to just pull 35 billion naira out of your pocket and throw it on the table and say, have that one as well, expecting people to give you a round of applause, that shows the very essence of an uncultured and an uneducated mind. And this is really the problem that a lot of these people have. Conversations in the comment section. Ibrahim Magu has been sacked from his post, and so no sympathy from me, by the way, because he should never have been in that position in the first place, because he's a crook, of course. But then, of course, the reasons why they have sacked him from that post is nothing to do with this list that they have given us. It's an internal matter. It's a power tussle, and they want to control the monies that is coming out of that EFCC, because they have now seen there's 500 billion naira, and they are now looking at how to cream it from the top. Because you have to look at these people. The EFCC is used to attack the corruption people within the Nigerian space. So it is a real potent tool for extortion and blackmail. So all they need to do then is to go around all these corrupt politicians, and pretty much every politician in the Nigerian space we're talking about, and just take 10% from them and say, look, give 10% or lose everything. This is really the potency of that organization. So whoever controls it now, if he wants to use it for selfish purposes, they can easily use it in that direction. No criminal that has stolen billion will come and run to the authorities to say they are blackmailing me. They are blackmailing you for what? What did you do that they are blackmailing you? It's because I stole 50 billion. They are now asking me to bring 10 billion. Okay, now you that you stole 50 billion, we will put you in this jail, and the person that is asking you for blackmail will put him in the jail next to you. So it's already criminal enterprise. So it's just a fertile ground for blackmail and arm twisting and corruption. And this is really why it is such a potent agency, and this is why they're scrambling for it. And it's the scramble for the largesse and the vast wealth that comes out of that agency is what we're seeing playing out now. The person, of course, that used to cream it off the top was Abakari, and he's now gone. So this is now Abakari's assets being divided amongst themselves before Ibrahim Gambari settles in the new secretary to the federal government, or whatever Abba Kyari was that this guy has now replaced. So this is pretty much sharing the spoils and sharing the assets of this guy that has passed on. And part of the asset, of course, is Ibrahim Magu. So he needs to be out of the way so that Abubakar Malami can put his own man there and then just have the monies funneled into his account in Dubai and Saudi, etc. Click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. The bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Click on like as well, please, because that helps with the YouTube algorithm. Once you've done all three, then click. Then come join me in the comment section. Come tell me what you're making of the now supposed, alleged, but it's actually true, sacking or suspension. Suspension, of course, meaning leading to sacking because he's in an acting position anyway. So Ibrahim Magu is effectively gone. But what are the reasons? Come share your thoughts on the reasons with me in the comment section. So I leave you here. Carry this conversation on with you in the comment section. But here I say peace.